The traditional system of scholarly communication, which involves universities generating research outputs, giving them free of charge to publishers, and then also controlling research quality in terms of peer review, but then buying back that same content from publishers at expensive prices, is now looking very anomalous. Open access is about making scholarly communication as effective as possible by harnessing the power of the internet.
It's really important for two principal reasons. The first and foremost is to make one's research publicly visible. That brings enormous benefits to both the individual researcher, their potential collaborators and society in general. But over and above that, it helps make our research visible and it helps build upon the great work that's been done at Sheffield. The secondary reason is that increasingly funders are making it condition for funding work that publications, journal and conference articles are made open when they're published.
One of the biggest benefits of open access is that it increases the accessibility of your research outside of your own institution to other institutions, especially those that may not have the normal subscription access to the journals in which we publish our research.
I work a lot with lower and middle income countries, and it's very important for them to have access to research. Previously that was behind subscription barriers. As a user of other people's articles, the higher the proportion of those that I can get easily, the quicker I can do my work, the more confident I can be about being complete in coverage.
Everyone's on the internet these days. People can Google something, and if they come across your article, they might actually find something that's a little bit more informative. The more that people can access your research and your papers, the more they can make use of that knowledge. And how that translates into sort of more objective indicators, I think, is in citation counts. It's actually about making that knowledge available to others so then they can take that knowledge, transform it through their own perspective and take it to the next level. Or it may have an impact out in the world that you could never anticipate.
On a personal level, it's always nice to get the feedback that you get. In the past, we used to get the occasional postcard that would request a copy of our article, and that gave you a buzz, but now you can get more immediate feedback.
There are new rules for the next ref exercise, and the rules are quite simple. In order for a publication to be returned, it has to be made open access.
It just takes a few minutes to deposit the work in My Publications. The first time you do it takes a little bit longer, but after that it's just a few minutes.
What you have to do is deposit the last version that you sent to the publisher, the author-accepted manuscript. The library staff will do everything behind the scenes and even check whether it's the right version.
The benefits of open access are quite widespread. They're not just in terms of improving the research process, but also in terms of widening the benefits to society in general.
There's always that potential there, and I think we have to think in terms of potential with open access. The reality of it is, if it's open access, if your research is available, if policymakers, healthcare practitioners, the public, scholars in other parts of the world who might not have access, if now all of a sudden they do have access because you've put that article up in the repository, the possibilities that can come from that are endless. Anything can happen.